In a land torn apart by war and ambition, legends are not forged by kings or generals but by those forgotten in the shadows of history. This is the tale of Evalis, and of a man whose name was nearly erased from it. The 50 Years' War had left the kingdom in ruin. Nobles clung to power, while the common folk suffered from famine, plague, and endless conflict. From this fractured land rose two figures who would shape its destiny: Dalida Hayral, born a commoner, and Ramza Bülv, born to a noble house. Their paths intertwined, bound by tragedy, betrayal, and the pursuit of truth. Ramza, the youngest son of House Bülv, was raised among privilege yet always uneasy with the cruelty of his station. His closest companion was Dalida, a childhood friend who, though not of noble blood, was welcomed into the Bülv household. The two grew as brothers, their bond unshaken until fate dealt a cruel hand. Dalida's sister, Tietra, a girl of kindness and humility, became a victim of noble politics. Used as a pawn in the struggle between houses, she was sacrificed without hesitation. Ramza, powerless to stop it, bore witness as Dalida's heart shattered. That day, Dalida learned that those in power cared nothing for the lives of the lowborn. From that moment on, he resolved to seize power himself, no matter the cost. Ramza and Dalida's paths diverged. Ramza turned away from the corrupt nobility, cast aside his title, and sought justice in his own way. Dalida chose another road: manipulation, strategy, and ruthless ambition. Each became an outcast, though one sought to save the world from hidden evils and the other to rule it. As war erupted anew in Evalis, two claimants vied for the throne: Prince Goltana and Prince Larg. But behind the Lion War, darker forces moved in secret. The Church of Glabados, wielding immense power, sought relics of legend, the Zodiac Stones. To the faithful, they were holy artifacts. In truth, they were vessels of terrible demons known as the Lucavi, beings who once sought dominion over mankind. Ramza, cast adrift without family or honor, discovered the truth. His investigation into the church and the stones revealed a conspiracy that reached into every corner of the realm. Nobles, knights, priests, all were pawns of the Lucavi. The war itself was but a veil, hiding the rebirth of an ancient evil. Through hardship, Ramza gathered allies, men and women who had been cast aside like himself. Together, they fought not for glory or titles, but for survival and justice. Yet for every battle won, Ramza's name was further blackened. The church branded him a heretic. His family disowned him. To the world, he became a traitor. But the truth was far from the lies etched into history. Meanwhile, Dalida climbed ever higher. With cunning and deception, he turned enemies into tools, allies into sacrifices. One by one, he removed obstacles, kings, dukes, generals, until he stood alone at the summit of power. To the people, Dalida was a hero who rose from humble birth to unite a shattered kingdom. But his reign was built upon blood, betrayal, and the bodies of those who once trusted him. In the final act, Ramza confronted the heart of the conspiracy, the resurrection of Ultima, the High Seraph of the Lucavi. In a hidden cathedral, beneath the trappings of faith, Ramza and his companions battled against the very embodiment of destruction. Against all odds, they triumphed. Ultima was banished, the Lucavi undone. Yet the world would never know of their sacrifice. The church silenced all records. Ramza Bülv, once noble knight, was erased from the chronicles of Evalis. To history, he was remembered only as a heretic, a criminal whose deeds were condemned. But whispers endured that he and his sister Alma survived, vanishing into the horizon, their fate unknown. Dalida, however, remained. He sat upon the throne, his dream fulfilled. To the common folk, he was a savior, the man who ended the war and restored peace. Yet peace built on lies and betrayal carries a heavy weight. For in his private chambers, Dalida was haunted, not by enemies, but by the memory of those he had lost and by the blood that stained his crown. Thus, the true story of the War of the Lions was not of kings, nor of nobles, nor of the church that claimed divine right. It was the story of two men, once brothers in arms, now divided by fate. One chose power and was remembered as a king. The other chose truth and was forgotten by history. But legends do not die so easily. Ramza's tale, buried beneath centuries of lies, endures. And for those who seek the truth, his story still whispers across the ages. That a single soul, guided by conviction, can defy even the weight of destiny. This is the hidden history of Evalis. This is the tale of Ramza Bülv. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more. Slop.